Hello everyone, this is Greyshot making an impromptu video that's going to be a lot more complicated than I thought, but hey, let's get into it. So of course, here's me watching the Game Awards, and all of a sudden, I catch the end of a trailer, but I'll restart it for you guys, and we're going to watch this trailer before getting into next, and it's Company of Heroes 3. Guys, it's COH3, it's going to be some awesome content, I'm excited, so of course I'm going to play it, and we're going to go over, some of it, so... Again, it's like, World War II live action trailer. Oh, look, we got US soldiers, Shermans pushing in against Panzers. This is what people wanted after the last live action trailer. Again, you got the naval invasions. Need air support, but they got naval support. That's fine. Again, American soldiers sneaking up on the Panzers. We got satchel charges. Take out the armor. And then, oh, Code 3. All right. Console edition. What? What? Console edition. That's right. Company of Heroes 3 is coming to consoles. It's coming to PS5, Xbox, and Xbox Series S. But yeah, that is fascinating. That is absolutely fascinating. There's also a thing at the bottom saying PS4. I'm assuming not PS4. I'm assuming just PS5 because I see the logo. But anyway, to the point. Yeah, so Company of Heroes 3 is coming to consoles in 2023. Okay. This is not what I expected from me editing and watching the Game Awards on the side. Alright, so, in case you're wondering, Greyshot, what does that entail? Well, luckily, they actually put up a full trailer going over what the console edition is. I have not watched this. I saw the end of that trailer, and I'll be honest, that trailer, it's fine. I know a lot of people are like, yeah, we want more action-heavy Code 3 live-action stuff, and that's fine. It's nice action for the most part. My problem is there's no weight to it. There's no like story or objective or anything. It's just a bunch of combat randomly sprinkled in. Not bad. Again, it's a fine trailer, but doesn't exactly it doesn't pull me in like other World War II based content. So kind of wish you had the last trailer in their attempt at a story. With this one's kind of more warfare oriented, like street battle stuff like that. With soldiers, kind of mixed the two for the emotional gut punch plus awesome World War II action. But I digress. Let's get to the gameplay reveal trailer for Company of Heroes 3 on console. Oh god, this is weird. This is weird. Console gameplay, here we go.
Hi, I'm John, and today we're going to be taking a first look at Company of Heroes 3 being played.
I am going to be pausing this going through. Sorry, John. But I am going to go into some stuff and have my genuine reaction. So, hey, again, I'm curious to see how they're going to do it.
Made on console. Controller support for Code 3 has been built from the ground up. Our UI has been completely redesigned, and new features...
Here, actually, let me move... sorry, I just realized. I'll keep subtitles on for people who maybe have trouble hearing or anything. I'm just going to move this down and kind of move the subtitles on so you guys can see it.
Such as tactical pause, all make playing Company of Heroes 3 on console a real treat. So let's just jump right into it.
That is fair.
Combat engineers.
Interesting.
This is the start of the Salerno mission from our Italian Dynamic campaign. Playing as the US forces,
looks good.
We begin an assault on a well-defended strategic point that needs to be captured.
I mean, okay, so first off, I think the game looks good. Secondly, again, this does kind of make sense. Before we get into controls, the PS5 and the Xbox Series X are both pretty decent, powerful consoles. I know some people are saying they're not the best. Look, I have a very meaty PC, don't get me wrong, but for someone coming in, right, especially trying to get into RTSs and stuff like that, and maybe doesn't have a huge income, especially on like Xbox, you can't argue with like Game Pass and those services. And again, I'll get into it, but like this isn't the only RTS coming to consoles, specifically, and again, also Xbox, but also PS5. But again, they could, as long as it's well optimized, I easily see them running this stuff now. So again, very cool. I want to see more of the controls because immediately the best RTS I can think of in control-wise was Halo Wars, and that got me into RTSs in a major way. So let's see. All right, we got Satchel. We're not breaching. We're just blowing up the house. All right. So you click
Attacking from 2 directions needs precision, but it will split the enemy's focus and weaken their defensive positioning.
Okay, so you can easily expand to get all your units in the sector. Okay, and then Y is retreat, B is attack, and X is to move. Okay, so as someone who has a controller right here, all impromptu. Okay, so I could theoretically see an LT as the command wheel. Interesting. You got global unit controls, battle groups, building selection. So they're trying to make sure you got plenty of methods to use units. You have my curiosity. All I'm covering, by the way, is early work in progress. Yeah, just in case.
Using the new radial command menu, we deploy raiding flares in the fog to get increased
hold
line of
on.
sight and scout out any
Okay, so we go back again. Major Halo Wars feels. I feel like this could be, like, no offense, it looks like it's just the PNG on there. I wish it maybe was more for this menu. Like, it should be a bigger icon for me, generally, especially if you're playing on a big TV. Like, these are very tiny. Again, make them big, make them bold, and you have all this space. I know you kind of want to use this to see, but in Halo Wars, you can kind of still see through that menu, but you got a bigger idea of the icon. So I would say just kind of make use of this space a little bit more. But that's just me. Again, I do like how, again, they're telling you, and
fog of war.
It'll allow you to, and this is how you're using all these specials on the right.
Sight and scout out.
Which, I could be wrong. This is definitely a different UI. Or, is it a different UI? Again, I know AE will be like, actually, immediately, but again, this is very interesting. Yeah, no, it's definitely a different UI setup than PC, which makes sense. It's console. Okay. Orders. Okay. And you can get probably pretty quick at those actions. Okay.
Tactical pause is an exciting new feature that we think console players will love.
Yes.
You can pause the action and queue up any number of commands, then unpause to watch your plan unfold in real time.
Okay. That makes a whole lot of sense. Again, for reference, typically for lost strategy games, they don't work. One of my favorite games to play, I know it wasn't as well optimized, but I had a ton of fun, was XCOM on Xbox 360. Just because of the fact that, again, it didn't matter the fact that game was, or Civilization Revolution, didn't matter the fact that performance on there wasn't the best. Again, it was turn-based, so you got to pick your stuff. With that feature, you essentially eliminate the biggest hassle for a lot of RTS games, is the fact, like, okay, I'm a console, there's only so many actions I can do, it's going to be a lot for me to handle. With that tactical pause, I can now handle a lot of units with ease of use of a controller if I'm not the best at it. Okay, and look, I know there's some additional stuff into it. I try to look up about the how this will go compared to PC, right? And how that the two multiplayer communities will interact, because that could be interesting. But at least on a single player aspect, maybe not multiplayer, that could be a little bit more complicated because there isn't a tactical pause as far as they know for console, unless they announce it here. That could be a single player. This could honestly make for a great a great game on console. Like that way you can control your units, easily maneuver them, still have enough time to organize and do everything you need to. Because that's the thing I'm not used to. I've played, again, every time I've played the pre-alpha, I should have used tactical pause more to kind of get a better idea and keep units alive. So, you know, not everyone can be good as like Von Ivan or Elper and a number of the other amazing players.
Another quick use of tactical pause will help us deal with that dangerous mortar and secure the objective.
That's true. Code 2 players know about the dangers of mortars. Although I think the bullets would have got it. Well, he's dead nonetheless.
Here we are a little further in the mission, looking to secure the hospital and the surrounding square.
Okay. Okay, so that's tank controls. Why is the move? Backing up? Okay.
We softened up the counterattack with armored support. Now it's time to finish off the stragglers with a grenade.
Yeah, again,
Fast forward, and after some hard fighting,
as a welcome surprise, this looks great. I know there's gonna be, and I'll get to it, there's gonna be a lot of people, especially like the hardcore PC crowd, being like, how dare they bring Company of Heroes to consoles? This is fantastic, because this could offer an entire new audience the chance to play a solid RTS. Because again, as someone who grew up on Xbox 360 and played Halo and Call of Duty, while I did play World in Conflict on a shitty laptop, right, that barely ran it at decent like progress, and eventually got into like Civ 5 and Civ 6 and a bunch of other RTSs like Company of Heroes 2, Supreme Commander, stuff like that. One aspect that got me in was End War, Halo Wars. I play a little Universe at War, not my favorite, but again, stuff like that just brought me in. So this, again, looks, again, I think it looks fine, especially for consoles, especially for everything they're doing. But, and again, apologies for some of the YouTube compression, but again, especially if they're going to work on it for like the rest of the year, I am very interested to see how this turns out. Again, if it's bad, if bad controls, and that actually doesn't pan out, if the, the graphics and stuff like that don't hold up, or something like those lines, okay. But on paper, this is great. Again, as someone who played RTS on console and that got me to PC, this is fantastic.
Salerno is almost secured. Engineers just need to blow the final bridge into the city to prevent a counterattack.
There's a Stug, right? Is that a Stug? There's like a Stug underneath my thing. Is it dead? It's just chilling there.
These unsuspecting enemy pioneers could be in for a tough time.
These pioneers are the poor bastard that plays against Skippy and has no idea that Skippy loves Goliaths in demos. That's what these two crew represent.
Yep. Definitely at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Well, he survived.
Got away is thanking his lucky stars.
Yeah, he is. All right, actually, hold on, real quick. How'd the bridge look?
Could be in for a tough time.
Sorry, I want to see. I was paying attention to the pioneers. I want to see the bridge.
Yep. Definitely at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Looks okay.
That one that got away is thanking his lucky stars.
The Stug is still there. They can still tow the Stug. Or maybe not.
Okay, that's us set. Crowds won't be getting back in here
Again, reference Joe Conti from the first game. The reason that's burned into my mind is because the Company of Heroes movie. Oh, goddamn.
And that's it for this early look at Company of Heroes throughout
Okay.
console. COH3 is coming to both Xbox and PlayStation 5 in 2023, and you can wishlist the game now on both the Xbox and PlayStation stores. Follow us at Company of Heroes to stay up to date with all the latest.
All right, that again. Thank you, John, for going through that. That was pretty interesting. Okay, so that is the trailer. We do have some more information coming out, and that is in reference to the console edition. They actually put out an FAQ. I'm going to pull it up right here, so that way we can kind of go over it. Again, I'll maneuver myself so that way we can read this a little better. There we go. Move it back down. All right. So, will it come out the same day as PC? No. It's going to come out sometime in 2023, but not with the PC. It'll be launching on, okay, so not PS4, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, and PS5. The S is an interesting one. That's why I thought when I saw like the logo at the bottom with PS4, I thought it is a possibility, because the Xbox Series S, unless I'm mistaken, and again, I'm not the best maybe with console hardware in terms of its specs, but I thought the Xbox Series S was essentially the equivalent of a PlayStation 4 Pro, but or an Xbox One X, Xbox One X. God, they have terrible names. Whatever. Whatever the case may be, it is interesting it's going to be on the S. I'm curious to see if the S, because it is less powerful, is going to have any restrictions. That's the one thing I'm curious on. Anyway, what did you decide to bring code to consoles? Relic has a long history of delivering incredible strategy games on PC. Actually, again, we'll get to that, but I honestly think there's a little bit of foreshadowing that Relic did that should have let everyone know that this was a very likely possibility, and that's something I completely missed, because again, it's funny, in a previous COH3 video I mentioned about Age of Empires 4 and me wanting to get into it, and if we go here, Age of Empires is being brought to console. This is from October 25th. So Age of Empires Definitive Edition arrives on Xbox January 31st, 2023, and Age of Empires 4 is coming to consoles later in the year. For a quick reminder, Age of Empires 4 is being developed by Relic. So it makes sense that if they're already bringing Age of Empires to console, which Age of Empires, again, I'm assuming would be on Game Pass too. So if you have Game Pass, that's a hell of a deal. I'm assuming it would be. Here we go. We're also bringing our game to Xbox Cloud. For those who are loyal to keyboard and mouse, we ensure these inputs are supported on console version. That's pretty good. So again, there's also that possibility that you could maybe do that. I would be, again, that would be fantastic, again, for those who like, well, I don't have the best PC. Maybe I'll just buy the Xbox Series S. Relatively speaking, especially on Black Friday, it was pretty cheap. Get COH3 and just plug in my keyboard and go. Okay? Xbox players have come to expect their games, so the game will include optional crossplay between platforms, allowing you to play with friends on Xbox and PC. And both versions of the game will be available through the store, Xbox Game Pass and Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. Okay. That, again, that's with Age of Empires. I want to reiterate, this is with Age of Empires. But if it's happening with Age of Empires and Relic has a solid history, or a solid relationship with Microsoft, I wouldn't doubt that there aren't plans or something to do that probably in the future. But anyway, let's get back to the other information, right? The FAQ. So will there be crossplay? Currently, we're not planning to play cross-platform features for console edition. That this includes crossplay or cross-progression. Again, okay, so if they're doing that, maybe less likely for the keyboard support, but still, maybe it's just because they don't want to take that chance of someone with a controller having to verse it. That's fine. I don't mind having an option. I would be curious. This isn't Halo Infinite where the controller... There's a genuinely good argument saying controller with Halo Infinite could definitely go past, but that's a shooter, right? That's keyboard and mouse versus a controller. And they definitely gave the people who use controllers like myself definitely some additional bonuses to go up against keyboard and mouse players. COH3, it's that system would be incredibly hard to do. So I could see that people don't want to be stumped. I saw a lot of people in the chat in the Discord for COH3 disappointed there wasn't a crossplay feature. This is what I was talking about earlier, where that's doubted. But again, find it pretty fun to be like, oh yeah, I'm sure you would really enjoy playing keyboard and mouse versus a controller. I'm sure that would be an even fight. Will the controls in the game HUD be adapted for controller? We already saw that. Will COH3 mouse and keyboard support? Yes. Okay, so you can use a controller for both that or compatible with mouse and keyboard. Perfect. So they are bringing that. But again, I can still see that a majority of the audience playing console is probably not going to have a mouse and keyboard. But hey, that's still cool. I have a PS5, so I might want to try COH3 on my PS5 on my big screen TV. That might be fun. Will COH3 console edition be the same as the PC edition? At launch, the two editions of COH3 will be identical with some minor expectations. COH3 console edition will feature full controller support. So I'm assuming PC won't have that luxury, but you know, maybe I could beat helping Hans, or because I wasn't the time versed him with his hand tied behind his back, so I couldn't beat him one-handed. Let me be very clear. Maybe I could beat one of the pro players, like you know, maybe I could, you know, but if they have a controller, maybe I'll have like one game where I almost beat them, but probably not. Console Edition will not have an in-game store and challenges. That is interesting. That is an interesting thing, that they don't want to give console players that stuff. And modding. That would make sense. The only thing I could think of would be, I think Fallout has mods, right? Or a variation of mods, but I don't recall a lot of console games having mod support. But anyway. The in-game store is interesting, because usually with that hardcore console audience, you want to still include that store. But hey, maybe this means that a lot of it will be just unlocked in the game naturally, or that could, again, there's a lot of skins and stuff, so that honestly could be an incentive. Again, curious. Select post-launch content, cosmetics, gameplay additions will come to consoles after being released PC. We plan to bundle standalone content into much more robust expansions for console. Oh, okay. They're not going to be like handed out for free. They're going to give it in some type of expansion. My guess is they're just going to make the expansion 1 that was announced. We have no idea what that expansion is going to be. They're going to just add as much content in as possible. All right. Did you move COH3's PC edition to work on the console edition? Ooh, that immediately a lot of people are like, so this is why you delayed it. Their answer, no. As we noted, when we originally moved COH3's launch date, we did so to ensure the release of the game in the best possible state we could, while making sure it had polished bug fixes and refinement necessary to live up to the high standards of our development team and our fans. A lot of work for the console edition has been undertaken to trusted development partner in close collaboration with our team, allowing Relic to focus on PC development while overseeing both editions of the game. Wait, a lot of work for the console edition has been undertaken by a trusted development partner. We'll get to that in a second. Will the console edition support 4K? Okay, yes, you'll enjoy COH3 console edition in 4K quality. That's actually pretty good. I'm assuming it'll be like, again, I just played through Guardians of the Galaxy, right? And there was a performance mode and a quality mode. Same thing with like Spider-Man and a number of other games. So God of War, Ragnarok. Again, do you want a better frame rate, or do you want the amazing graphical awesomeness that will just melt your eyes? Again, I'm glad they have 4K. Personally, I like 60 FPS more, even if it does degrade the graphics a little bit. But again, will Company Heroes 3 be coming to any on-demand services? On-demand services. We have no plans to bring COH3 to on-demand service. You can pre-order it on Xbox. What? You can play it on your Maybe I'm dumb. Again, maybe, but I don't know what on-demand services mean. If you know, I would assume it's not like on. Again, that doesn't have the same ring of what a lot of games are doing right now with like the streaming feature where you could stream it from another PC and bring it. I'm assuming that's not in relation on demand. I don't know what they're talking about there. If you know, hey, leave in the comments down below. But now this game has me curious. So if I go to, interesting. Okay, so if you go here, right, and again, I'll move myself here. It's developed by Relic Entertainment, right? It says Relic, because usually if it's developed by another developer, they'll say it, right? They'll be like, oh yeah, this game is developed by so-and-so, right? So again, very interesting that they say, and I quote, has been a lot of work for the console edition been undertaken by a trusted development partner. I'm blocking it again. Here, let me move it. There we go. So that's interesting. Again, I'd be curious to see who the partner is. Again, it could just be a contract studio that helps with support work. That's fine. Again, it could be a number of things. So yeah, that's COH3 on consoles, everyone. I was not expecting this to be this involved. I was just expecting to watch, some Game Awards content, and then occasionally go back and do some editing for a game that's that I really enjoyed playing. But no, we have COH3 on console. Overall, I say it's a win. I do say it's a thumbs up, great idea. Again, I already see it. There's going to be some hardcore PC guys that are against it, but my personal opinion, as someone who grew up playing consoles, especially the prime time of RTS consoles in like the late 2000s, right? Halo Wars, End War, stuff like that. Fantastic. I'm glad they're bringing more strategy games to Xbox and PlayStation, because that way it brings in a brand new audience. So that way they can be like, all right, I like this game, but you know what? I want to play it in a better sense. Or maybe I want to play it with mouse and keyboard, or, stuff like that. And then they transition over to PC like I did. I think it could be an awesome thing to see. So, hey, what do you guys think? Again, they just said they had no impact on COH3's delay as well. So as long as, again, I feel like there was a number of other things that could have impacted COH3 itself. But I don't think this genuinely had it, because again, PS5 and Xbox are so very close to console now that it's not like back in the 360 days where the PS3 and the 360 had a different architecture that made it very hard in some cases to do a PC version or an Xbox 360 and a PlayStation 3 version. Hell, even a Wii version. Oh God, if you were that. Times have changed, and now a lot of developers are like, we can make it on all platforms and make it really seamless. Again, maybe a little disappointing though, crossplay, but I think that's fine. I think you could easily see an imbalance with console, with controller versus keyboard and mouse. But hey, like I said, maybe that would have gave me an opportunity with a keyboard to finally beat an MLG player with a controller, or maybe even with this, they can still kick my ass. Who knows? But a lot of stuff I talked about. Hopefully you enjoyed. This has been Greyshot17, and I'll see all of you guys next time. Hello, everyone. This is Greyshot17, and before y'all go, let me give a special shout out to Patreon supporters Joey G240, Milam, BigChuche, Aphyria, Ace, PyroShark, Tony B95, Epic Pleb. Thank you all for your incredible support and helping me grow my channel and support my channel and everything I do. Thank you. And to the rest of you, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.